Palantir's earnings report is coming in less than a week, and really crazy things have been happening. Institutions just dropped a major bombshell. $80 billion is about to be deleted from Palantir. Is there some truth to all this? Institutions seem to know something that we don't. Why are the big funds doing insane investment moves with Palantir? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Records of institutions buying Palantir have been growing exponentially. Given that the earnings report is coming in just a few days, moves like these mean just one thing. The institutions know something huge. But there are also some funds and institutions that see an entirely negative narrative coming in for Palantir in the near future. So, stay tuned, and let's get right into all these. The Australian Department of Defence has awarded Palantir a new 3-year contract worth $7.5 million. This deal highlights Palantir's growing role in supporting defense operations around the world. This is just one of several contracts that Palantir has secured over the last quarter, which means that the company has been expanding its influence globally, gaining contracts from various governments and large organizations. These deals show the high demand for Palantir's advanced technology and solutions in sectors like defense, security, and artificial intelligence. Here's what you need to remember. These recent wins are building excitement for Palantir's upcoming earnings report. Investors and analysts are paying close attention, as this string of contracts could signal a strong performance. There is growing speculation that Palantir's revenue will see a significant boost as these contracts start adding value to their financial results. With contracts rolling in and expanding partnerships, Palantir is positioning itself as a key player in the tech and defense space. This steady stream of business shows that the company is in demand, and it could very well set the stage for a major earnings surprise soon. In fact, this strength is being shown in the way institutions are grabbing Palantir's shares. Hear this out. This update is insane. Palantir's institutional ownership has reached an all-time high, with more funds continuing to add to their positions. Large investors are clearly showing confidence in the company's future. One example is the Fidelity Extended Market Index Fund, which increased its Palantir holdings by a little over 9%. This brings its total shares to almost 12 million. Another fund, Sylvant Capital Management, also raised its stake in Palantir. They increased their holding by adding over 50,883 shares, bringing their total to more than 230,000 shares. Additionally, the Fidelity Growth Strategies Fund made a significant move by buying a brand new position in Palantir, purchasing more than 2.3 million shares. These are very risky moves since Palantir is already at an all-time high. Yet, these institutions with all their research teams and analysts still think that Palantir is a worthy buy. These are just a few examples of large funds buying up more shares, showing that big investors continue to see value in the company. What could they be hiding? Do they know Palantir's earnings numbers already for them to even risk such a high amount of capital? The top 10 shareholders have also been hoarding more shares, contributing to the massive and continuous rally in Palantir's stock price. While institutional investors are loading up, others are focused on short-term thinking. But these kinds of decisions often ignore the bigger picture. Many people chasing profits now are new to the market, and they often spend their money on things that don't build long-term wealth, according to a user on X. While some might cash out and spend on items that lose value, the game of wealth remains the same. The difference is how people approach it. Big investors are looking ahead, seeing the long-term potential in Palantir, while others may be focused on immediate gains. Those short-term profits might seem attractive, but they come at the cost of future growth. Palantir's institutional investors understand this, which is why they keep adding to their positions. In the end, it's clear who's playing the long game and who's making decisions based on short-term thinking. As institutional ownership continues to rise, Palantir's stock could keep climbing, driven by the confidence of those with long-term vision. But despite all this positive news, there's still a huge bear outlook for Palantir. There is still a lot of fear-mongering coming from those who doubt Palantir. Many of them are trying to spin the actions of CEO Alex Karp in a negative light. Recently, Karp sold another 600,000 shares of Palantir, and some are using this as a reason to raise concerns. However, this sale is part of a pre-planned strategy, not a sign of panic or lack of confidence. Karp has made it clear that these sales are scheduled in advance. Despite this, doubters are trying to stir fear among investors, pointing to these actions as something alarming. The reality is that Karp remains fully committed to Palantir and its long-term growth. The focus on his selling is overblown, but it continues to feed into the negativity surrounding Palantir from those who don't see the bigger picture. However, we can never be too sure. The doubters could still be right. And on top of all this, Rishi from RBC has just released his latest price target for Palantir, marking the first update since August. He is maintaining a sell rating with a price target of $9. Palantir is now at around $45. Having this target price is just so crazy terrifying. But here's what's even scarier. If this price target comes true, it would mean a significant crash for Palantir. The company's stock would take a massive hit, wiping out almost $80 billion in market cap. This kind of drop would be devastating for investors, drastically reducing the value of their holdings. While this is just one analyst's opinion, it adds to the negative sentiment surrounding Palantir. A crash of this scale would have serious consequences, shaking confidence in the stock and causing widespread losses. For now, investors will watch closely to see how Palantir performs in the coming months and whether this bearish outlook becomes reality. But with how Palantir is going and the way they're handling their position in the market, one could say that this is just simply fear-mongering and an effort to mislead people. However, we can never fully say that this is false. After all, anything can happen in the market. But despite all these, Palantir holders and even bigger institutions are seeing something different. They see a successful future for Palantir. This is what they're focusing on. Palantir is up over 40% since being included in the S&P 500 less than 2 months ago. This week, the stock hit a new all-time high, surpassing the $45 mark it reached in 2021. Palantir now has a market cap of $100 billion, showing how far the company has come. Despite all the negative news and fear-mongering, this is what Palantir believers and big institutions are focused on. They see the stock's potential and its strong growth, while others remain caught up in short-term concerns. For long-term investors, this rise is proof of Palantir's growing strength and importance in the market. With major contracts and institutional backing, Palantir continues to defy the doubters. The stock's surge since the S&P 500 inclusion is a clear sign of confidence in its future. But there's even more positive news for Palantir. BP just mentioned Palantir during their earnings call. They highlighted the role Palantir is playing in advancing their operations through AI. BP shared that AI boot camps have been held with their engineers, and use cases are already being developed. BP stated that they are starting to see meaningful improvements in efficiency across many of their engineering processes. In addition, they are teaming up with Palantir and Infosys to accelerate the digitization of their refining operations. BP expressed their belief that companies with well-managed data can use this technology to be safer, faster, and more efficient, creating a lot of value for shareholders. Palantir is helping BP to achieve these goals. BP, one of Palantir's key partners, is predicting a total of $2 billion in cost savings by the end of 2026, which is a huge number. This partnership highlights the real-world impact Palantir's technology is having. And on top of this, Palantir continues to expand its influence. Recently, they hired someone from the U.S. House of Representatives, strengthening their ties with the U.S. government. This move shows Palantir's commitment to growing its presence in key areas, especially in government sectors where their technology is already widely used. Also, Palantir just released a new patent, adding to their growing portfolio of intellectual property. This new patent highlights their ongoing innovation and commitment to staying at the forefront of technological advancements. They are actively building for the future, both through strategic hires and new technology. But what do you think about this? Let us hear your thoughts in the comments. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.